the lake, the mountain flowers, or maybe they don't. And that's okay too, so just enjoy colors, enjoy textures. I use a lot of textures. This is one of my recent artworks. I changed the way I produce it. Before it was more movement. Like this one, it's two styles actually. One is a style with movement, like in Sumiyo, like they take inks, monks, and they do one movement, whatever happened. Maybe it's beautiful, if it's ugly you can throw it away, it's up to you. So I saw something, the potential in this art, and this is on good actually. And I started developing it with a different style, which is like more touch-up. It's also not brushed. I saw some potential for trees, so you see these blue trees. And I don't know what you see here. What do you see here?
You see pond.
Like a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of trees, and next to it, almost looks like the water is like becoming a wave.
Yeah, like some splash,
Yeah.
right? And as I, and it's from the trees, right? And as I said, there are some like natural elements, like almost impressionistic, and some really abstract. Like this element, maybe I don't know myself. Maybe it's some boat, catamaran, whatever. So I called it like, yeah?
I can repeat.
Yeah?
These things in most of the pictures. It's like the transparency I was looking for.
Right? The
You're
yeah.
looking something to look something behind this.
Yeah.
That was the thing. No?
Right. No, the most important, right, was the style that you actually will meditate with me, that you come inside this painting and enjoy it. Right? So it's most, this, like I said that it's most abstract, and some people say, no, it's not abstract. Like, abstract. So what do you think? Is it abstract painting or it's a landscape? Landscape, right? Yeah. So whatever I do, because probably inside me, I love nature a lot. I'm a nature girl. I don't like urban. So it comes to. So it's kind of landscape. This is print. That's why it's
It's a print.
less expensive, right? And the original was like this actually. But it was very good scan, and that's what. And I put a little bit handwork, so it's hand and hands. This one I painted late evening, right? And when I painted it, I saw like some strange light, and I thought maybe it's because it's not enough light or something. But actually, in the morning, it was the same, and I like this mischievous kind of light. And I call it Twilight Zone. I have quite a series of Twilight Zone. This one of my recent paintings, and you know what dilemma is always for artists, it's not like what to paint, but when to stop, right? And it was, from the beginning, it was kind of very peaceful, but I wanted to incorporate trees. And it was difficult, but I like how it happened on the top with the light, like, you know, when light goes through the leaves. This is of the wood. You could see it's all different materials, right? Canvas, acrylic, acrylic on wood. This one also acrylic on cardboard, actually, archival, and this is on glass. So we started with glass, now it's again glass, and the glass gives me very interesting effect. I was talking about like putting yourself inside. So it's almost, you could see yourself. When you come closer, you can see yourself there, and that's what I like. You can come closer to this painting because I hope you'll enjoy it. It's also on two sides, it's very much texture. It's also, I start painting on one side, then another layer, and then, like, you know, the tree, eucalyptus tree, has a lot of texture. So I try to reflect this texture and light, and so that's what happened. This on canvas, this on canvas. And somebody probably guessed that it's on black colors. So you can also use white color as a background, neutral color, red, Like, I'll show you one artwork. Oh, it's not here, but sometimes when the background red, I get, because I'm scratching, I get red crease. And people love it. Like, you know, I recently had a student and she said, but the trees trunk are brown. And I told her, who told you? You know, when you go on the street, like eucalyptus sometimes, green, yellow, red, and all in one tree. And sometimes it's, depending on lighting, it's a little white, a little gray. So it's you playing with the light. And titles you can basically read, and sometimes I give it titles after all. Because like I look at this and I don't know what is that, right? So I put like green kisses blue. So, and this is like, I felt I need something here because it was like night, but I needed something, so I put a little collage. I have actually a lot of collage that I worked before, like this is collage, and it's probably consists of 30 little artworks if you come closer. So it's like a mosaic. Like it's pieces of plexiglass, maybe like, you know, the things that you put on the roof, tarp. So it's all here in bark. And so this little stitches, but probably from afar you don't see it, and that's what I wanted. This is the most difficult to combine and to make it invisible. That it's from this, and also it's done because of light. Light is combining everything. Let's go to this wall. This is on glass, and it's probably one of the most difficult because it's a big piece of glass. I don't want it to break, but it has a lot of movement. So sometimes you see something like nature, trees, and sometimes you see just movement. Turner did it a lot in his late work, like circling movement. Here you see the same things, but with miniatures. And I like to try everything, like this series of boxes. So basically, you can open them, you can put some gift inside, but it's original art. This is another example of collage, and actually heavy objects collage. It's bamboo, coral tree, and it gives 3D. So something in front, something behind. This is example of using oil. When they use oil on the top, it gives some transparency and more sophisticated look, right? There's some focal point, which is probably this, like a world. And what do you see, Grace? What do you see here? Who see anything in this picture?
Mountain.
Mountain, okay. What else?
Tornado.
Well, I see.
Irises.
Yeah.
Snow.
Flowers, yeah. Snow, maybe. Celia, what do you see?
I don't see anything. Sometimes I like it that way.
Yeah, some people like abstract. It's like you'll be surprised how many different tastes, and sometimes I'm like, see this, and then I realize person doesn't want to see it.
Right.
Yeah, if I see something, then I see it, but I don't try hard if it doesn't jump out at me.
Right. And this one, some people see like Hollywood Bowl. I personally don't. But I call it after carnival because the colors are so bright and light, and it seems like night around. Yeah. So this one of my latest works, and instead of actually doing trees, I kind of spontaneously they kind of break down, right? So instead of particular object, you see elements of tree and elements of light and maybe wind blowing. I was explaining somebody, when wind blowing on the tree, you don't see the tree, right? You see the sparks, you see the light. And actually, like many people like this particular piece, it's one of those. Um, this is, again, talking about wind, right? If you come to the meadow field and see some movements, whatever you see, you can see flowers, you can see butterflies, you can see nothing, just enjoy colors and texture. This is on glass. Very kind of, the glass again does something mysterious, if you could see that, some mysterious light. This is another sample of a collage painting. Actually, I haven't seen it too much, like other people doing it. So whatever you see here, not only what you see here.
House, the track from the park.
Yeah.
The internal.
You can come close. Yeah. It's basically many cities together. Like I call it breeze of eternity. Maybe it's the cities about which you dream about. Spaces where you can enjoy. Maybe you travel. And sometimes I do pieces after I travel, and sometimes before. And then I come to the space, like let's say in Italy. Oh my God, that's what I painted. So basically, this is my central piece. You can come closer, and it's a lot of interesting, like tiny color schemes, like red and green. And it's produced by scratching, so some colors underneath, and they come up. And this is my favorite to do, because I don't like to do the same things over and over, but when you experiment in something new appears, it's a joy. So do you have questions? Oh yeah, the central piece, the plexiglass. Yeah. You know, I actually came to one gallery and they said, do you have a big pieces? Because I have tendency to miniature. So I finally decided to do big piece and 6 feet tall. And I'm so happy that the effect is the same and even more powerful. Because in this case, you actually can step in. Step in, and some people saying, oh, I got to my childhood, I got in the 40s and the 50s, whatever. Depending on the age of the person. And yeah, whatever happened. And also, because it's on plexiglass, it has some reflections. So if you come this way, it maybe reflect your face. If daytime, like just plain. Right now, you can't really see it, but in the daytime, you can see it. I also teach lessons. So if any of you want to learn any of these techniques, I'm available. So any questions, Laura?
What happened to the cow?
What happened to the cow? She refers to, I recently painted like life-size cow, like with all the shapes. I thought they would bring it to me flat, like so I can use my technique. But it was actually like real cow on fiberglass. But I managed to actually do something like this on it. And it will be, it's right now in Camp McDonald's for kids with cancer.
What's the subject?
They had 30 cows, and it's basically to help children with cancer. Because those cows would be auctioned and would be probably on the streets of Los Angeles. If any of you know the places where you think the city will be willing to put something like this, let me know. So, because the promotion person called me PR person.
Does it have to be a city or can it be carving as well?
Yes, it's usually like you probably saw before, angels, guitars, it's the same thing.
Everyone on stage?
Yeah.
Well, no, like Beverly Hills has several, like it's public art. So
Yeah, it's called public art. So basically, it was very small honorarium, almost like a donation of my labor.
And then several artists, so 30
Sure,
cows and different artists.
And it was actually a competition. Not everybody can paint a cow.
Right, I'm sure.
So I'm glad I got one of 30.
That's wonderful, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We really like this and looking at it in a different light, you know,
What's nice about this is it fills the space, the whole space, not just a little.
Yeah,
Which is
so,
Yeah, if we thought that this technique was very
no, nobody taught me. No, like all
Nobody
the
did this
techniques.
before?
I don't know when they did it, but nobody taught me. You know, it's like usually artists keep a little bit of secrets. Only they have some students, they trust them, they share technique.